Welcome back. This is your angel message for the week. Angel message for the week. What do we need to know? Angel message for the week. Ooh, that was a lot. That was a whole lot. Okay. That was a lot. So, and we also have 2 white light oracle cards that came out. So the overall energy is number 7, community, and number 2, cornucopia. And it's pertaining to a main female. So I feel like this is talking about you. And or you could have a main female coming into your life. But community gives me the feeling of like spirit court, or on a 3D level, it's going to be like your tribe, right? Like-minded people, and feeling very, with cornucopia, it just feels like you're, well, I heard in the right place at the right time. But it feels very much being surrounded by like a soul tribe. There could be a specific person that is coming in for you, but for the majority, I would feel like this is you feeling. Well, now I'm hearing leader of the pack. Leader of the pack. It's a song, but I don't think the song in itself is meant to mean anything. I think it's just the words. And Spirit had a lot to say. Like, this is the first time we've had 8 cards come out. 8 could be significant. August could be significant for you. We have the Knight of Swords. And this is all about, I feel like you could be receiving some kind of epiphany or truth, some kind of communication coming in. Definitely it feels like more of an epiphany, like an intuition, and it's pertaining to the Fool. Aries, Aquarius energy. The Fool is a new journey, starting a new journey, beginning a new journey, taking a leap of faith. We have the 3 of Coins. So, excuse me, that could be the community as well. The 3 of Coins is a collaboration. You could be starting a new collaboration or coming together with, again, like-minded individuals. And I keep hearing ringleader. So it almost feels like you're the head of it, or the one that pulls it all together, or the one that everybody comes to. Take that how it resonates. We have Child of Cups. This is interesting because this would normally be considered like the Page of Cups. Pages bring news, and it feels like it could pertain to some kind of romance or flirtation, but I'm not getting that. I'm getting more like there's some kind of an ability or psychic ability that's coming online. I feel like this looks more like a keyhole to me, and it's almost as if you're going through the like the veil is being lifted. We have the 10 of Swords. So that's the ending of a cycle, and it's the ending of an old cycle, an old belief system. I heard misunderstandings. It's an old belief system or communication or all of the above, thoughts, beliefs that weren't serving you. And what I like to see directly after that 10 of Swords is the Ace of Swords. Clarity, truth, a new way of thinking and believing, honesty. And then we have the Hanged Man, Pisces energy, which is all about gaining a new perspective, seeing things differently. It feels very much, I heard quantum leap. it feels very much like there's a major shift and change coming to your reality, and your reality is yours. I mean, it's true for you because you believe it. But I feel like there's expansion and ascension taking place. Like you're opening up to something more, something, it's like cutting away the lies or the veil or the untruths. And then we have a 10 of Cups. So not only do I feel like you're gaining clarity and truth, but I feel like you're also understanding unconditional love on a totally new level. It could even pertain to family, but it feels like, we will clarify, but it feels like you're understanding something on a whole new level. In the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, we have number 13, financial constraints, and it's pertaining to number 16, thoughts. And it's interesting because financial constraints in and of itself, the 5 of Pentacles is what it makes me think of, is thoughts turning into things. And it's not your good, happy, feeling thoughts that is represented in this card. It's the lack of confidence or not feeling good enough or worthy. It is those thoughts finally at some point being expressed in your 3D. And inevitably, if we hold on to those thoughts long enough, they start becoming blocks and we start getting health issues, right? We have a 10 of Cups. Or excuse me, the 10 of Coins. We already had the 10 of Cups. So the 10 of Coins is the opposite of financial constraints. It is literally the complete opposite, where it is, well, it's a lot of energy long-term. It's also financial stability, security. Interesting, because I feel like when you get that new perspective, all of that's going to shift as well. Let's do some clarifying. What's the Knight of Swords? I don't want to use these cards. For some reason, I'm being drawn to use different cards. What's the Knight of Swords? Nice. So the Knight of Swords, again, it feels like an epiphany, a clarity. It could be a communication. It's the fastest moving knight in the deck, so it kind of comes in out of nowhere. It feels more like an epiphany, like a lightning bolt. But we have the Hierophant, Taurus energy, the Empress, Taurus, Libra energy, and the 6 of Wands. I feel like you... Again, it's an epiphany. It feels like an energy, a thought process, something that just kind of comes in out of nowhere. And it feels like this higher level of commitment towards the rebirth or starting something new, prosperity, abundance. The Empress is Venusian energy. And I know Venus has been retrograde for a time. I don't know if it still is. I believe it is. But it's all about kind of going back over things and then moving forward from there. It feels like you're committing to a shift and change in your own life, but it feels like it's almost like Spirit's a catalyst. Like it's allowing these ideas and thoughts to enter in, or you're allowing them to enter in or to receive them. The Empress is fertility, but so for some it could pertain to childbearing. I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like this is talking about a major shift, a determination to create the dream, turning your dreams into reality, prosperity, abundance, new beginnings. And with the 6 of Wands, this is recognition. For some of you, you're looking to gain some kind of recognition or small level of fame, and or you're being intuitively guided to take steps to create something that is going to lead to that. With that small level of fame, it could even be, again, with you being the ringleader or whatever in this group, it could be that you are like the guru, because the Hierophant isn't always, I mean, it is about higher level of commitment, but it could be that you're turning into some kind of a guru and you're creating something that people are coming. Well, I heard if you build it, they will come. And what I did like to see was the Ace of Cups on the bottom. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I feel like there's a strengthening of your spiritual gifts. What is the Fool card? This new beginning. I feel like it already told us what it was, but... I heard every road leads, and then that was it. Interesting. So the Fool card is being clarified by the Three of Swords, the Hanged Man, Pisces energy, the Chariot, Cancer energy, and the High Priestess, Pisces energy. Again, this new beginning feels very spiritual in nature. It feels like with the Three of Swords, I feel like you're perceiving it differently. You're understanding that something that at some point broke your heart or made you feel a certain kind of way was all in your head. That it was something that your ego had you on repeat. And that every situation, this might be the every road leads to whatever, but every situation that transpires is what brings you to where you are today. And especially to have gratitude and appreciation, because when you get the lesson or understand that you're the one creating these situations in order to grow and expand, we have the Hanged Man. Again, I feel like you're perceiving something differently. You're seeing things more clearly, which is, again, I feel like what is allowing you to take this leap of faith. Something could have happened. It doesn't even have to be a relationship that caused the heartache. It could have been, I'm being drawn to give the example of, I guess I'll give my own example. When I was in middle school, I was going into high school and I was trying out for a certain choir. And I just so happened to be sick that day. Although I don't know why. I mean, I feel like everything at this point led to what it was meant to be, but I didn't make it. And it was devastating. And it was, even though I knew I was sick and I had told them that I was sick, it was kind of like always stuck out like, oh, you're just not a good singer. You're not good enough. Which school has a tendency to do that in many different aspects. But I will say that it almost feels like that. Like you end up seeing something differently, something that left a mark on you or held you back. And the fact that we're talking about spiritual, I mean, we've got the High Priestess, the Hierophant, we've got a lot of spiritual energy here. It could be that maybe you were doing some kind of energy healing and for some reason it didn't go as planned. Like something happened and it kind of put that in the back of your mind that maybe it wasn't real or something. Like it feels something heartbreaking, but in the respect of, it doesn't feel relationship wise. I mean, it could be family crashed your dreams, but it feels something along those lines. And I feel like the way of perceiving it, the new way of perceiving it, is all about understanding that you inevitably are the one that left that stain on your heart by believing what somebody else said or agreeing or questioning your own self, right? But you're perceiving things differently. You're seeing it different. With the Chariot, that's victory, success, and forward momentum. When we shift our perspective, our entire life will change. With the High Priestess, I definitely feel like you could be coming into your own High Priestess powers, energies, becoming your own guru or guru to others. And I use the word guru because it's just easy to blanket statement as opposed to, I mean, you could be an energy healer. You could be a Reiki, master, a psychic, a medium, so, you know, I just say guru. You could be a spiritual advisor, like whatever the case is. It feels very spiritual in nature. But I also feel like you're following your intuition, your higher guidance. What is the Three of Coins? grief, man. This is a good reading. So that Three of Coins, again, feels very like a collaboration. It also feels like you are using your gifts and talents and creativity to build something. With the Ace of Swords, that's the second time we've had the Ace of Swords. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Clarity, truth, understanding, and communication, a new way of thinking and believing and speaking, truth and honesty. With the Magician, complete clarity in what it is that you're manifesting and that you are the one manifesting, which is huge. Gemini, Virgo energy. With the Six of Cups, I feel like the Six of Cups is, in essence, having nostalgia for the past. But I feel like it's more that you are almost remembering, bringing things back, emotional joys or happiness. And how do I explain that? Maybe it's like a gift, some kind of intuitive. Maybe when you were younger, you were very intuitive. And then we had this Three of Swords and it shut it down, or not shut it down, but it allowed you to not necessarily believe in it so much. I feel like this new clarity, truth, you're manifesting something back from the past. Now, it's emotional, and cup energy is also psychic abilities. It could even be a past life. There's something that you're bringing back. But it's creative. And I feel like I heard for the greater good. What is the Child of Cups? Okay. The Child of Cups is being clarified by the Four of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. So the Four of Wands, so for some of you, you could actually be manifesting somebody back from the past, maybe even a past life. I'll read it both ways. But the Four of Wands is a union, could be a union. And with the Child of Cups, it could be love, something starting out. But I feel like the Four of Wands is more so talking about your templed path. And you'll have all sorts of people on your templed path, soulmates of all different kinds. But we have a King of Pentacles, specifically Virgo, but it's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I feel like this is more, not so much about love, just saying. I feel like it's more about the current North and South node. The current North node is in the sign of Pisces. The South node is currently in the sign of Virgo, which that is Virgo. But I also feel like so with the North node in Pisces, it's all about headed towards that spiritual opening up to higher spiritual gifts and things of that nature. Virgo's about leaving things behind that we don't necessarily need anymore. Things that we've already been there, done that. It's time to let things go. I feel like this is talking about opening up more to, for some of you, turning something tangible, whatever this gift is that's coming through for you, this spiritual endeavor. It feels like you're meant to on your templed path, you're meant to ground it in stability and to, it almost feels like following your heart, your creativity, your joy, and that's where you're going to bring your abundance in, especially because we do have the financial constraints in the underlying energy. With the Wheel of Fortune, it definitely feels like something is going to be, you're going to receive a major, like an abundance of progress seemingly out of nowhere with this energy. It's the Wheel of Karma and Fate and Destiny, which again, with Virgo, the North Node, it almost feels like we're leaving something that we don't necessarily need anymore in the past. For some of you, it's the idea of needing to focus more on your heart and moving in that specific direction. But I feel like the rest will fall in place. So how do I explain that? It's instead of looking at it as a business model and the money aspects and the 3D reality, open it up to the joy, the happiness, the being of service, the creative aspects, and the rest will fall into place. What's the Ten of Swords? Also, the Wheel of Fortune, I should have mentioned, can be some kind of a windfall, financial windfall. So, interesting. This Ten of Swords is being clarified by the Knight of Cups. The Moon card, Pisces energy, and the Fool, Aquarius, Aries. You've got the Fool out twice now. I feel like you're taking a leap of faith, but I feel like you're moving through. So the Knight of Cups is, again, I don't feel like this is romantic. I feel like this is you following your heart, your truth, your heart, really. And the Moon card, not only is it talking about being open to the things in the shadow, it could be that you're moving through a dark night of the soul, but I feel like it's more than that. I feel like you're moving through fear, and almost opening up and welcoming. So now I'm getting the song, Put a Little Love in Your Heart, like welcoming that which is hidden in the shadows. With the Fool card, that's the only way out is to go through. And the Fool is, you're moving through these old thoughts, beliefs, understandings. You're facing the fear with heart, with love, moving through it, following your intuition, your higher guidance, your spiritual gifts, to take that leap of faith and move in a new direction. What's the Ace of Swords? So that Ace of Swords, that clarity, that truth, that honesty, the new way of thinking and believing is being clarified by the Ace of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag. That is a brand new passionate beginning, being able to not only speak your truth, have a concise direction, see through the veil, but take action, forward momentum, passion, drive, desire. We have the Five of Swords, and then we have the Three of Cups. I feel like there was an ending that took place with this clarity and truth. Several endings, possibly. There could have been disagreements or arguments. People maybe not moving on the same path as you. But in essence, people needed to fall away. And the Three of Cups to me is the community. Now, there could have, again, been conflict in an old community. I feel like this is maybe interesting. Well, I heard keeping your enemies or your friends close and your enemies closer. I'm not a fan of that conversation or that saying. For some of you, I feel like you're just outgrown people, places, and situations. And a lot of times there will be a heighten of disagreement or argument when it's in essence time for us to expand and grow and move on. And it happens because energetically, vibrationally, we start moving away from certain vibrations. Before physically, we just slowly, especially when that truth and clarity comes in, you start perceiving things differently. You stop commenting on certain things that maybe you would have indulged in before. I feel like it's bringing some form of conflict. But I heard stay the course because you were definitely on your templed path. And again, I feel like you're seeing things play out much differently now. What's the Hanged Man? Yeah, that clarity, that new perception with the Page of Swords, which is what we started off with. You're having epiphanies, clarity, truth. You could even be speaking your truth to some people, which is causing a shift. But I feel like you're seeing things very differently for the first time. With the Tower card, Aries, Scorpio energy, it's life-changing. Once you've seen it, you can't go back. With the Seven of Swords, I feel like there's some kind of a strategy involved with this new shift and change that you're taking. And this could be in anything. I mean, we could be talking about friends, family, work, whatever. I definitely feel like you're moving into some kind of a spiritual advisor, if you will, position in your life. You're leveling up. And again, I feel like somebody is falling back, or somebody's could be falling out of your life. The strategy, I feel, is more about you being able to maneuver through these shifts and changes in the highest light possible, like as loving and respectful and kind as you can. So that 10 of Cups, again, I feel like this definitely pertains to family, the way that you view love, unconditional love in general, spiritual gifts, friends. We have the 8 of Cups. There's an emotional detachment. And I feel like what's being emotionally detached from is a 5 of Cups. So again, somewhere along the line here, for some of you, you're just starting out in this. For some of you, you've been going through this. There's a dark night of the soul. There's a shift. There's an ascension process taking place. There's truth and clarity coming in, heightened spiritual gifts. And again, I feel like the main thing is about the nodes. You're moving more towards that spiritual side of self, and attempting to ground and stabilize those gifts in the 3D for the betterment of self and others. However, there's a shift and change that's taking place with the people around you. And I feel like your strategy pertaining to, this could be family, but family is a broad statement because friends can be family. You can consider the people you work with family, your, current group of friends, and actual family. There's an emotional detachment because there's an energy of understanding that we're not going to put this all on everybody else, because I feel like at some point you were in the same energy, hence how you attracted these people to you. But there's a lot of conflict, drama, people who focus on more negative aspects in emotional, what hasn't worked out in their life, woe is me kind of energy. And I feel like you're emotionally detaching from that. And again, at some point, I'm sure you were in the same energy. I mean, we have the financial constraints in the underlying, so I would guarantee that you were. So in whatever particular situation this is for you, or maybe it's all of the above, because this is a life-changing shift that you're going through. We have the Star card. I feel like you're emotionally detaching in order to find that emotional sovereignty where, regardless of who you're around, people, places, situations, it's not going to shift or affect your emotions. And you can still have that unconditional love for not only yourself, but for others, regardless of what they're exhibiting. It's being able to see the divinity within all, see their true nature, not just the role they're playing in the 3D. With the Star card, again, I feel like it's about you moving towards your true north node, your soul's purpose, having faith in the future, which inevitably, I feel like all of that leads to wish fulfillment, but also expansion and a shift in your, it's like ascension energy. Ooh, I heard ascension sickness. Some of you could have been going through that. So with the financial constraints and the thoughts, I want a different deck. I don't know what's gotten into me, feeling the need to use different decks, but I guess it happens, huh? What's the 10 of coins? Okay. So we have the 2 of wands, the lovers, Gemini energy, and the 2 of swords. Interesting. You could be seeing 222 a lot because on the bottom of the deck over here, I have the 2 of pentacles. Again, there's some kind of negative energy. And for those of you who are definitely dealing with a soulmate connection, could be love, could be other than that. And there could be definitely, like I said, a soulmate connection coming in. Although the entire story I just gave is definitely relevant. There also could be somebody that's coming back around from the past or a past life. With the 2 of wands, this is all about turning your back on what was. They've got the World card, which is to me the minor arcana of the World card, all about completing a cycle and moving into a new one with passion, drive, desire. And I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. I feel like for some of you, there's a soulmate connection that you're having to leave behind. Something that you've been in long-term, possibly upwards of 10 years, if not longer. I am like on the verge of a sneeze right now. And I feel like it was very, well, I heard protected. It was an energy of feeling safe, stable, secure, but you've outgrown it. And I feel like whatever the situation, with the 2 of swords, for a very long time, you were unable to, or unwilling to make that choice, to make that leap, which clearly you make the leap. We have the full out twice. But even with the 2 of pentacles, I feel like you were juggling between the old you and that wanting of the new you, waiting for signs, symbols, synchronicities. You've gotten it. You've received it. And like I said, for some of you, you've already started this process. You've already started moving through. For others of you, this is something that you're breaking through before all of this plays out. We do also have an Ace of Wands on the bottom, which will be the second time seeing that. That's time to take action, forward momentum. We are currently in Aries season, and we do have Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, which feels like that energy is all over. Moving into Aries, where it's now time to turn all of those dreams, that magic, into something creative. And Aries is creation. So putting it out there and creating and forward momentum, taking action on it. Again, there's soulmate connections that will be left behind. Soulmates they're not just lovers, and they're not meant to be with us necessarily forever. Some are, some aren't. But I feel like inevitably, whatever the fear of not being good enough, not being worthy enough, that broken heart energy, like I said, that could have been what was keeping you stuck in a situation. And by stuck, it just means you're repeating a cycle over and over again. But I feel like you could have moved forward at any point once you learn the lessons. But then there comes a point where divine timing is at play, and it's like, it's time. It's like now or never, because you've had all these opportunities, and we're going to shove you onto your templed path to walk the path. It's time to align. And I feel like we kind of all go through that. That's kind of when the Tower shows up. It's like, we have all these ample opportunities. You know, you get your intuition and it's telling you to do X, Y, and Z, and you don't listen to it. And then something major happens and you reflect back and you're like, huh, interesting. All the signs were there. I almost did X, Y, and Z. I almost did. I should have. It's kind of like that. Like, yeah, we have ample opportunities if we're following our intuition and listening to our inner guidance. And we don't always do that. And then all of a sudden a Tower moment hits where it's undeniable. And it's like, no, you need to move on this now. Or, you know, the straw that broke the camel's back and you've had enough. And it's like, there's no need to like be down on yourself that you didn't listen the first time around. That's what cycles are. It's like it just keeps repeating until it either gets to be too much for us to deal with, until the reflections that we're seeing that are like blatantly in our face, or there's also the people who just never do, and they just continue on the same cycle for their whole entire life. So I definitely feel like this is you stepping into more of a spiritual leadership role. And I feel like leadership, because it feels like you, or whoever the main female is, either you're joining this group and or you're the leader of the group. And I hope you understand what I mean by leader. I mean, it's not, oh, wrong deck. I don't necessarily mean like you're, not like cult leader. I mean like you are the center of bringing this energy together, I think is what I'm trying to say. You have 2 white light oracle cards. I'm going to read them both. We have number 10, Archon Barbello. I don't know if I said that correctly, but. And number 40, Sovereign Queen Maeve. It's interesting because sovereign popped into my mind, that emotional sovereignty. It feels very much like you're being called to follow your heart and your intuition, and you are moving into a leadership. Like I look at Queen and I think of leadership. It's not like, and again, not to, not egotistical. I'm, the head of the group or whatever, but it's like you're creating with your energy is pulling people into you. So number 10. I definitely feel like you're being called to follow your heart though. And whatever needs to be healed, I feel like is well on its way. Hold on. I was going to look up 42 to save me from doing it after. There we go. Okay. Your biology and gender are creative and powerful means for you to express your soul path. Sometimes you may feel limited by gender constraints or stereotypes, but your spirit can never be restricted or controlled. Embrace the journey of what it feels like to be you in your own body. There is much benefit and healing to be gained through an embrace of your life journey, including the deeper experience of the absolute freedom of your spirit. Value what is sacred to you by protecting it from interference, even that which may be well-intentioned. That to me is that emotional sovereignty. Be compassionate, but set firm boundaries. That's the unconditional love, but being emotionally sovereign. You are going to triumph over a negative situation. It will take courage, but you have more than enough inner strength, resourcefulness, and boldness to accomplish what you wish to attain. Do not give up. You have the ability to connect with higher worlds. So open your heart and mind to the light. For some of you, this group that you're creating is a spirit group. And maybe you're the ringleader in essence, because you're the one that connects the spirit world to the 3D. Does that make sense? Because I didn't feel like, oh, you're the boss lady or man. It felt like you're the key. And it's interesting because when I saw the 2 of Pentacles, it felt very much of 2 worlds, the old you and the new you, 2 worlds. Interesting. So that is your spirit message for the week. If it resonated with you, please do feel free to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Leave a comment. I truly appreciate you. I will see you all next week.